Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to some Monster Train. We need to do a run as the new DLC clan, the Railforged. We need to do Wurmkin as well. We'll start with the Railforged. We need to play them to unlock more cards and also this secondary champion. Last time we played the Railforged, we had a Pyre run with spells that could blow up entire floors, and we were building spiders, which was kind of cool. Now we're gonna do random and see what we get. Smith is the starting card. Where's the depart button? Let's see. We are, Alt Hellhorn with the Shardtail Queen. Maybe having a lot of cheap units that we can forge will be a useful thing for us. We start with Bonk, deal damage on Slay Forge. It's just a good targeted spell without torches. I kind of like it. Some Ritual of Battles, really good for damage. Heart of the Pact for drawing more cards, and Crucible Steward. When you consume a card, deal damage equal to this unit's attack to the front enemy unit, and ability Smelt. We can smelt cards in hand. Smelt is a really fun keyword. Etch. I see. Smelting consumes the card in your hand. So when you smelt, you deal damage to the front enemy unit. Okay, that's a pretty cool synergy there. We have Dominion Seraph, the Corruption Seraph. We can hopefully apply a lot of armor. So, we'll see. Damage Shield, Cherub, Archeon, Rage on Siphon. So we just have to kill units not on his floor, but that'll be a little tough. When you forge an equipment, grant +2 attack and armor 2 for each forge point spent. Friendly units gain stealth and summon. Stealth on summon and slay. I think we're just gonna go for forging equipment grants bonuses. And we can maybe throw some equipment into the deck. So Pyre Speak is what we had last time. Eventually, every other turn, we can have our Pyre attack a floor, and that's pretty awesome. The other option here is Enduring Steel. Forge points on all floors. I don't know what that means. Instead grants 1 attack and armor 1 permanently. So we can forge, which add to your forge point total when you spend all forge points and grant bonus attack and armor for each forge point spent. Is it a 1-to-1? What does forge points on all floors mean? Forge points on all floors? Look, we're gonna take it, we're gonna figure out what the hell this is, but I don't understand it from the context of the card. Draw -1, sure, Chime, Sap, Relentless, Spikes, Armor, good enough. Hellhorn could go pretty well with the new clan. Rage and Armor would be nice to have. So, what is forging normally for? Okay, because when you mouse over the forge mechanic, it doesn't say how much it buffs. Normally, it's +3 damage, +3 armor. This changes it to +1 damage and +1 armor permanently. So we can buff units over the course of the run so that in the late game, they have the stats kind of built in. So we could make insane shield stewards or other stewards or insane crucible stewards. Or really awesome imps. We can make really awesome imps if we so desire. Okay, I see. Well, let us begin. I think what I want to do is have a really late floor here. I want to be able to forge a card at the end of the boss wave and hopefully get even more like stacks of things, I would love to get rid of this. Just exhaust that. I would love to kill you. I would love to forge more points. And then we could spend them now, or we could spend them on like one good imp, or maybe one good spear steward, or I don't know what. But we don't have to spend the points right now. I might want to spend the points on one good imp for the relentless wave. We might try to do that. Spear stewards are interesting. You know, we could buff spear stewards and then hope that we get the room that gives them multi-strike, and then they would go crazy. But they're also not banner units. These ones are, these ones aren't. But these ones I've already played, so I can't forge them. You can only forge things that you play, which is interesting. Bonk you. I wish I could smelt so I can play ritual, but that's okay. Why don't we... I gotta kill this enemy as he moves up. Why don't we forge a imp? It only gives him 10 damage, huh? It's actually not that much. I'm gonna play the imps down here then. We'll forge the next imp that we find, and then we'll, you know, forge the next imp that we find, or something. Or maybe I just won't even play this imp, and we'll just kind of stall for a second. We'll have 52 damage next turn, so he is dead. Let's smith. I really do want to see if I can't forge the best imp that I possibly can. Or a steward if I have to, but I might just use it on the imp now because we have another imp in the deck. Or just hope that we actually roll imps. You know what? Let's forge an imp. It's also going to kill this enemy as he moves up, so I wanted to get that out there. So we have a permanent scaled imp that's going to have permanent 17/17. Okay. I'll smelt your garbage that you added to my deck. I will bonk you. Although I can't forge anymore, so we probably don't need the forge points. Maybe we'd be better off just granting ourselves a bunch of rage and then just killing you to save some armor. You're not quite dead. And I can't stop you, so we're gonna take a little bit of pyre damage and then you'll die. I don't know how I feel about this champion. Last time we had this clan, we did have an amazing high damage spider run, but those numbers are going to be reduced because we've lowered the bonus of forge points, but we're granting permanent bonuses. So our imp is now a 17 damage armor 16 imp. Full throttle renovate steel pulley claw. Hoist. Move a non-boss unit to this floor. It's a room, so we can, every turn, move units to this floor. My units and enemy units, interesting. Full throttle, burst allies, renovate. For X energy, you get +1 capacity each energy. It's a good card for making a big floor, but Steel Pulley Claw seems kind of interesting. To be able to just maybe spawn a bunch of imps and then just move them up to the floor. Or something else, I don't know. Steel Pulley Claw seems interesting. Vent Welder Helper Fledgling Imp. On summon apply Rage. You won't be able to summon the imp and then move him to a different floor, but summon Rage is still good. But we have Ritual of Battles. Would we rather have a Welder Helper or a Vent? I think targeted damage might be a little bit better, because we only have the bonks. I would like a Railforged unit. I want to see what we can get. Titanite quick, rage and plus 20 health. Another Crucible Steward, and a salvage machine. It can make scrap metal, and then we can smelt the scrap metal. Chris, welcome. How many badges do you need to train these pocket monsters? I don't get it. Harvest Forge. Ability Scrap Harvest. Nothing would be good with Rage or Quick, unfortunately. But we can, every 3 turns, make a garbage card that we can then smelt, which will cause this unit to do damage, and also give us 3 energy, and also give us 3 forge points. Or I could take another one, and then every turn I could smelt and do 15 damage per Crucible Steward, right? We can either stack up the stewards on one floor, or we can have a salvage machine that gives us free cards to scrap. It's also extra energy, which I kind of like. And Harvest Forge is nice. I'll take a salvage machine for what it's worth. We don't really have a tank, unfortunately, but we could just give out some Titanite and health. Feel like that would be okay. Crucible Steward needs to do damage, Salvage Machine does not. So Salvage Machine is gonna be a little pseudo tank. And I guess Crucible Steward, the Rage works well for the ability. We can stack Rage on this unit. I could even give him Quick. I feel like Multi-Strike would be better, you know? I feel like we don't really need Quick on a unit like that, so I think we'll just chill. We could remove a card, but whatever. Units appear on each floor. Well, that is Forge on Harvest. I'll take it. So what's going to be you at the front, Purzel behind, Steward at the back, Shield Steward, Shield Steward. I still don't know how to handle the run, but we'll figure it out. So I'm going to smelt this, which does damage and gets a kill, and then we can smith. Ding 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 ding. We're gonna have to double bonk. We definitely have a lot of garbage being added to our hand. We're getting some kills. We're gonna smelt. This is gonna do 35 damage. Funnily enough, that's not enough. It gets 2 kills. Can't get 3 kills though, but that's fine. We have some imps, including one cool armor imp. Do we want to give him like 30-30? I feel like we do. Let's make one good imp. He's a real good imp. He's a real damn good imp. And then these 3 enemies are dead when they move up, so why don't we just blast more imps down? We'll take 2 damage. But this is not going that badly. There we go, we finally got a Ritual of Battle. Let's make another card. I can only play 1 card, but that's fine. We really do need more, like, armor generation on that pseudo tank minion. Did I not take Pulley Claw? Like, have I not drawn it yet? I guess we haven't gone through the deck yet. so I can't pull the Imp up. Imp is doing some damage. Smelt a card in hand. I could do that next turn to do 50 damage to the boss, but if I do it now, I can give myself Rage and then vent this guy, which I think is better. So we're gonna Smelt. Then I can Ritual of Battle, dump this card so we don't take damage, dump this because why not, vent him. Now we're doing 106 to the boss because our Imp must be living for an extra turn. Are you dead? You're dead. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, there's something here. Bonk, Hammerfall, deal damage to an enemy unit or apply attack to a friendly unit. Smelt and apply armor 4 to friendly units. I mean, consuming cards is a way of doing damage with Crucible Steward, so I kind of like it. Deal damage to all units is a really good Imp, but I'm gonna go for a... Do we want another Ritual of Battle? We want to thin out the deck and get more Rage cards looping quickly, right? That's what we want. This might be a skip. Armor is nice, but I can't really apply it to our units because we're having an overstacked floor. More Rage would be nice, but maybe we just want to go for the buffs that we're giving out. And something interesting I'm realizing here is that our banner units are never getting hit by Forge. We play them, and therefore we can't forge them. We need equipment. We need to add equipment to this deck so that we can actually get some forging done. And Arcatraz, thank you very much for the resubscription. How are you doing today? Many whelps? Caw. Hate these whelps. These damn imps. Remove Hef's blueprints. Gain 2 random artifacts. Considering that we forge and we lose a lot of the buffs, this kind of gives us the buff back, right? We get a bonus on forging. I kind of like this because we can forge equipment, make it really powerful, give it to our existing units, and then they actually get pretty strong for the... This counteracts the negative of our champion. So I'm gonna keep my equipment. So this was a bit of a waste of an event. Okay, if we take Inferno Room, can we play it? Is it playable? I think it is. I think it is. So we'll probably want it. I think we'll want it, yeah. Especially because it actually counters the first boss. A lot of his minions will die to the Inferno Room and then nothing will move up. So I think we need the Inferno Room. That'll be a really nice one to have. We lose out on a little bit of Harvest Forge from the salvage machine, but we still get a card. And I do want equipment, so -2 capacity. It's equipment. We can give it to someone. I think we should take it just to take it. I think we need Inferno Room to be deployable. I can buy 1 piece of equipment. I can either buy this or reroll. This is not that important, so I'm gonna reroll and hope for something better. Iron Tongue is almost better, but the attack bonus is wasted on it. But it does give armor. You know, it's something to forge. Even if it's not perfect. Rage 4. Well, your units are gonna die on the bottom, hopefully. So we want, we have enough to play the rest of our units, which is awesome. There they go. You don't start with Rage, which is great. Now, do I want to play these cards? I do, so I'm going to add a scrap metal and smelt it, I think, immediately. So we could get Rage, a Smith, a Bonk. I will dump a Shield Steward. And hopefully this guy never gets Rage. That would be ideal. There's our good Imp. So we do want to, I think, wait to play this Imp when we can forge it a little bit better. We really do need a different piece of equipment, but the sweep effect is still good on Salvage Machine. Even if we just play it on Salvage Machine, it's still fine. It's still good. I think I'm just gonna do this. I wonder what the champion upgrade path is like here. He's gonna get a little bit of Rage. I would like to probably dump Spear Steward. Oh, he got his Rage immediately. I'll put Iron Tongue on you because I'm not buffing your damage, so that works. Bonk is not gonna give us anything, so we'll just double Smith. He's a good tank, you know. Even though we have Rage, he's still strong. Steel Pulley Claw. This is what I've been looking for, because now we can move units up to our floor. So if I move, for instance, a Fallen Champion up, they won't die on his floor. I could also pull a unit up, but I really do want to pull, like, you up so that I can kill you now and not give you Rage. It's nice to be able to do that, you know? Like, I'll just play you to have you blow up. Okay, we can play Scrap Metal if we need it now, and we have a Ritual of Battle. That seems like a good play. We actually have a lot of things in hand that we want to play, and we have the Imp. And we could scrap a card if we want, but I don't think we want to. I just want to Smith. I will make one good Imp, who's a 70 damage monster Imp, and then watch this. This is what we want to do. We want to be able to forge units and then have them all go up to the top. That's what we want. Okay, next turn we're gonna forge another Imp, I think. So let's end turn. We have a few forge points remaining. We got an Imp. You know, if I take 1 damage, I can get 3 more forge points, which is 3 more permanent scaling for the Imp. And actually, I can do this. Wait, I can still do it. It's just done like this. There we go. I like the hand and deck manipulation that we have here. That's actually kind of a lot of fun. To be able to create cards and exhaust cards, consume them. That's good. Transcend Imp. Foundry line. Smelt all cards except the chosen card, or Transcend Imp. We don't have an X card payoff. I think we just want the Imp. And we want to try to make awesome summon effects happen. Even though we don't really have any. I have the Imp effect, but maybe we can get more summon effects. I don't know. I think it still's pretty good. A Spike with Foundry Line is awesome, but we can't make that work. I'll just take an Imp. Hey, units! My god. I want the Horned Warrior, I want the Steelworker. We need damage. But the armor is really nice, especially for building up big floors with units. We can just yank him up to the top floor once we get the Steel Pulley Claw up. They changed this from Monster Train 1, didn't they? But the Horned Warrior multi-strike is real good for damage. Like, how are we gonna handle? Well, we're gonna scale. to kill enemies, right? We might need a little bit more tankiness on the units who can't really forge themselves. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we don't need Steelworker then. Maybe we just want to wait and forge a Horned Warrior a bunch. Get his damage roll high. Energy, draw, capacity. We can get around capacity with the Pulley Claw. We can get around energy with smelting. So I think we want draw. Let's try it. Ooh. Free equipment. Yeah, free equipment. And I was gonna say, like, anything we can get here would be awesome. One additional stack of multi-strike on the Horned Warrior. We're gonna make a good Horned Warrior. That's the plan. And honestly, Rage on the Crucible Steward is nice because we can just etch and do damage. Like, that's his job right now, is just to do this. 20 health? We don't really need health. You know, once we forge imps, they all have armor. I could purge one, but I want to save my cash. Glass Cannon is a funny one. If you forge it and give it armor, your unit's not likely to die. Meat Shield is real good though, and the Quick Dagger is good too. I guess with a Horned Warrior, you know, getting a lot of armor and damage on a Quick Dagger is real nice. Meat Shield you want to get out early. I'm gonna take the Quick Dagger. So the permanent buff goes up. It's armor 2 now. Incant corruption, summon corruption. Well, hopefully the armor can deal with that. So we will just do the things that we know we want to do. I think we'll do it like this. I'll hopefully be able to play you and pull you up soon. Horned Warrior, I really do want to shuffle my deck and then get him out later. Iron Tongue, I think we're just gonna play. I only have 2 energy though, so I guess we'll get the Iron Tongue out. Get a card in my hand. This is gonna be a little awkward, but hopefully it will be fine. I want to pull you up because I want to kill you now. Or not kill you, I want to get you out of the way now. So Steel Pulley Claw, another thing that we can do is we can put it on the bottom and keep moving enemies down to get blown up. Like Inferno Room middle floor, Steel Pulley Claw bottom floor, they have to go up, and every turn we can just kind of force them back down again. I don't know, something to consider, I guess. Bonk for forging. We need to, like, get our cards out, I feel, because we're not really doing that much at this point. Dude, 5 damage stops the Pyre from taking 6, so sure. Yeah, that might have been the play here, in fact, but we're not dead yet. We're not really taking that much either. Okay, so we need to smelt a card in here. Where's our damn Crucible Steward? He's my damage dealer. Here's the Quick Dagger. Okay, so smelt. Gives us something to work with at least. Let's get more forge. More forge, more forge. I mean, we can put this on the equipment, or we can put it on the Horned Warrior. It doesn't matter which one, does it? Because eventually you're gonna get them both out. So why don't we forge this just so that we have it? Because we're gonna need something. I can always forge. It's a lot of +2s. I can always forge Horned Warrior for whatever we can when we draw him, assuming we draw him at some point. Hey, we drew him. Look at that. Now, do I want to scrap metal? I think we would be okay with that. Because then we can rage, or we can just play an imp and then bring the imp up immediately. I do like that. We want to forge the... No, we want to save the forge points at this point. I have a better use for them, but I do want to pull them up. So we want to stack a big floor. Now we have corruption to deal with, but I can play the Horned Warrior and I can pull him up. I can also smelt a card in hand. So we're going to... You're going to sap me. Okay, well, I'm not going to play it there then. I'm going to play it here. I'm going to smelt a steward. Just going to play the smith. We're going to forge the Horned Warrior. For whatever we can. Because this is like the last turn we can really do that on. At least he's not corrupted. Bonk isn't doing anything, so we probably just smith. Although we oh man, that guy does not have a lot of health, does he? This is a good counter to this unit. We should probably smelt the card we just created. And then we can rage, smith, and, you know, is there any equipment left? No? All right, then we're gonna forge an imp. We're gonna get whatever we can out of him and move him up. I think we'll be fine. Like, this guy, he doesn't do a lot of damage. The corruption's the big problem, but, you know, we have enough to counter him. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. And we have a couple of things here that are now buffed. Horned Warrior has damage and armor. The Quick Dagger has 28 damage, 26 armor, and we're slowly just kind of buffing imps to just be whatever the change is. Full throttle, burst to friendly units. It's expensive, but if you can play it consistently, it's free damage. Magnetic Relay. Return a friendly unit and attached equipment to your hand. Oh, this is the... okay. Then disassemble, sacrifice. So we can bring back the Horned Warrior and replay him. And then reforge him for more buffs. Additionally, I wonder what is maintained. Are status effects maintained? Are they healed when they get replayed? If they have burst on the card, do they get the burst back? Would this be something that's good for a spider so that you can keep replaying the spiders and keep getting the burst buff from them? Regardless, it's a good card. We're going to take it. Pyre Chomper for energy. Energy is a problem, but I think we're just going to take an energy relic next. So we might be better off with, oh, they buffed branding right. 3 damage instead of 5. We might be better off with a armor granting card, but actually looking at this, I will take Pyre Chomper. We have an Endless Imp. If it's possible to put Pyre Chomper in the Imp, we should. Equipment, artifact, and unit upgrades, I think is what we want. Endless Transcend Imp, Multi-Strike Horned Warrior, and then free equipment. I know that there's a Merchant of Arms, and I would love to get the other room deployable, but that's not necessary. When your Pyre defeats an enemy, it permanently gets 5 attack. Can I put the Pulley Claw in the Pyre room? I doubt it. But it would be fun to be able to pull units up for easy kills. But we don't really care that much about the Pyre damage. I don't want enemies to get there. So I'll take Reflection. It is still good. Exile's Diadem. -2 capacity, cannot reduce below 1, plus 10 health. I still kind of like the glass cannon. The idea of giving it armor means that it's not immediately detrimental to the unit's survivability. Large Stone and Endless. This is what we wanted. And Burst might be an interesting take here if we can keep pulling back the Horned Warrior and replaying him. I like that idea. But Endless on the Transcend Imp means once we play Pyre Chomper, it's free energy. Large Stone on the Horned Warrior does give him a lot of stats, but we don't need the stats. We can give him our own stats. Burst. Dude, Burst on an Imp. That's a hell of a good Imp. And then I'm gonna reroll. More multi-strike on the Horned Warrior. Yeah, hell, why not? This is a unit that we are trying to build around. Dualism could have been fun too, but I was thinking about it and there's no real good dualism play. Even the Transcendent isn't really giving us that much, although it would double the armor in our units. I think the multi-strike is just a little bit better. I could give an Imp Rage. I could give an Imp a little bit more health. Transcendent I want to play every turn. I want it to have 1. But like 1 good Imp? Sure, why not? Seems okay. I'm gonna save my money some more. No, I'm gonna remove a card. Remove a damn steward. This is interesting. Draw -1, I'll take that. Some enemies have haste, enchant, Titan Skin, reanimate, sure. So we'll just blow you all up. And then you. Oh, I see. While he's alive, I think, you get the permanent buff. So if you don't want that, you can just not play him and then Forge points do their normal thing. Is that how that works? That might be how that works. Okay, so here's a question. Do we need extra energy on this turn? I don't think we do. I think we're okay just saving the smelting for later, when we have more important things to play, because we can just get 3 energy for free. Maybe that's the ticket. You just kind of stockpile the energy. So we want to get Transcendent out. But I do want to get the Pyre Chomper out because then we get infinite energy out of the Transcendent. Queen's Imp is totally fine to play and then raise up, but we don't have a way of raising it. But also, you're just good. You will live. You have Burst. You're going to kill him and still have... I don't know if you're going to have an extra Burst remaining because of how Burst works. You only are hitting twice. Are you losing 2 burst, or are you losing 1 burst because you're losing the 1 burst that you're attacking with? I don't know. But I think I'm just gonna bonk and play the Imp. So let's see, are you gonna have burst 1 or burst 0 after this? Because I legitimately don't know. You're gonna have burst 1. So burst is not... Oh wait, they changed the phrasing of it. Oh, they did. Since last time I played, it used to be remove 1 stack after strike. Now it's remove 1 stack after each attack made this way. They have changed the phrasing of it, which is nice. Because it was a little bit ambiguous before, wasn't it? Okay, Pulley Claw I want. Smith I want. And then I'm just gonna pull you up. Let the imp get the kill, we get the money, end turn. We'll take 1 damage, but I'm saving the scrap metal, although we could have played it on that turn. I'm saving the scrap metal so that we can play our important cards. And we're getting there. Slash, I think we are there. So... I could also pull the imp back and replay it, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I want to get that horned warrior out. So scrap me. Go ahead and smith me. We're gonna forge our horned warrior, who's gonna be a pretty beefy unit. I want to pull him back and replay him, so I don't really want to rage him. I think I'll just rage him, because he's still good. I can pull up a unit, but I want the Horned Warrior to attack. So I'll pull up you, just so that I can kill you. And get forge points. Arcatraz says, Timberborn is finally getting a 1.0 release. That's been in early access for a long time, from what I remember. Add it to the list of games. Pyre Chomper. Now we want to... Smith. I want to pull you back to hand. Let's see how this works. So it's just the normal version of the card. I still have to pay the cost as well. It's unfortunate, but I can still forge him again. So that card, if you get it holdover, you want to play it on a burst unit because you want to be able to get that burst out constantly, every turn. That would be fun. I really do want to get Glass Cannon forged a little bit if possible. We can smelt a card. This does seem like a good turn for it. We have a lot to do, but we could also save it for the Ritual of Battle. I can smelt another card next turn. Okay, so smelt. This. I'm gonna, I think, pull the Horned Warrior up, because I can. And we're gonna smith. We're gonna forge the Glass Cannon, and we're gonna forge it on him, because absolutely, why wouldn't we? I'm gonna dump an imp, because I don't care. I'm going to just vent. And I cannot pull back a unit. I didn't get Magnetic Relay. Holdover on that is gonna be awesome. Especially with Transcend Imp, being able to keep replaying cards. Oh, there's some good stuff. Some good stuff here. So this is energy. We want to, I think, immediately bonk that imp. Dump this, play this, play this, play the imp. We don't need to scrap metal. I might as well hoist you. And again, that imp might be worth pulling back in and replaying, although I can't do it because there's no capacity. Although I could bring back equipment. Does anyone have equipment? Did I give anyone that quick dagger, or is that still in the deck? It's still in the deck, unfortunately. So can I do anything? He's only attacking twice. That's funny. How is he only attack? Oh, he's attacking 4 times. I just have, I have protection. But let's smelt. Damn, I have nothing to forge. I have no equipment. We should have given the quick dagger to the Queen's imp, and then we could at least play the quick dagger. I could replay... I can't replay anything. I would have to pull back the Horned Warrior, but he's the one getting the kill, so let's not do that. All right, I guess end turn. Ding, 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 ding. That's a lot of forge points which I could spend from the harvests. Create a copy of a non-champion unit, equipment, or room card in hand and apply -1. Sacrifice Forge. Apply Burst 1 to friendlies, Spell Chain. It's a good card to either play or smelt. Mass production is interesting. Copy a card in hand and make it cheaper. I think I can do that. Impish Scholar, return a consumed spell to your hand. We do consume spells by smelting them, but, and you know, getting a Transcendent that can bring back cards is nice. Oh, impressive though. Holdover impressive. That's such a great way of killing our Transcendent. But for 50 damage, it's, who cares really, right? The Nor, welcome. How you doing? Welcome. We had a private little getaway. Life is banging right now, says the Nor. Interesting choice of words. We don't need Inferno, we have the room. I am tempted for the Impish Scholar. Just put it out there and then you start buffing the Transcendent, right? Trinkets, spells. Duplicator. Ooh. Would be a good time to duplicate a Horned Warrior. 2 of them. Armor 64, 47 times 4. It wouldn't be against the idea. I also would not be against the idea of duplicating the Crucible Steward because then we don't need an energy relic. We can just alternate turns of smelting cards for energy. We would want draw to get through the deck and make the deck cheaper. By, you know, make the deck better by drawing the garbage cards you want and then just dumping them. So that's real fun to think about. I think we're gonna go left. I'm hoping for like a holdover here or something. Magnetic Relay being permafrosted. Better bonk would be good. Could permafrost spell chain magnetic relay? We don't care about bringing back more than 1 card at a time if we're just trying to forge, right? Now on a mass production, that's interesting because you can make 2 copies of whatever you want. But here, I really just want holdover on magnetic relay. 75, 110. We can make a better bonk, but that might just be something we remove anyways. We can make a cheaper ritual and then reroll. Not quite what we wanted. We can make a really good ritual though. Or remove consume from nothing. I can't afford both. We can either make a really good ritual or a really cheap ritual. I think we want to make a really good ritual. That's all of our money. So if we dupe Crucible Steward, we can get 2 smelts every other turn, or 1 smelt every turn. So we can smelt a card that we don't want to play, turn it into energy, get it out of the deck. So like if we don't want Iron Tongue, get it out. One, 2, 3, 4. think we want draw. I think I'm gonna go for it, and then we just want to thin out the deck from this point forward. Dun dun. Dun dun. The Nor is currently on a 55 stream streak. My God. Thank you. Inferno Room, yes, has to be played. And then we'll raise up a Crucible Steward when we draw one in the future. Herzl's gonna be a bit of a tank here. He should be fine. We drew him. And we have the Pulley Claw. Okay, so this is where we get this party started immediately. Because we also do 126 damage by consuming a card. So we smelt this, and then we can play Iron Tongue and the Dagger, which we do want to do. Or we could wait and then get it later. We don't need to be quick on a unit, because we're going to be doing 126 damage every turn. We just need to forge. Okay, I think we've got it. I think we understand what we're doing. Oh, these guys are being eaten once, but at least it's not damage. It's just shields. Who cares? I want to get the imp out, but ideally after we get Pyre Chomper. I don't really want it right now. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna smelt the ritual that we made, and then with 5 energy, I can play Horned Warrior, Transcendent, Glass Cannon, Queen's Imp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't get the Rage, but Horned Warrior is going to be doing enough damage once we buff everything. Once we give him Glass Cannon, that'll be fine. Yeah, I think that's what we want. Why did we get 3? Oh, base energy costs. So even though it was a 2-cost card, we got 3 energy out of it. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, Queen's Imp. We're gonna forge Horned Warrior for what we can. I will Transcend Imp and get the Transcend Imp killed. You know, we don't have to do that this turn. We can put him in the back, protected. Glass Cannon can go out because we're just gonna pull it back later anyways. But then why do it now? We can just get it later. Bonk. We don't need. End turn. Part of the pack, at least. Dun, dun, dun. The North says, I can't gamble points in my country. I can gamble just for 0. It's a real funny thing when you think about it. So I want to get mass production with Magnetic Relay with Horned Warrior in hand. That would be perfect. Impish Scholar it'll bring back Ritual of Battle. Hey, wait a minute. That's exactly what we want. Hello, and then we just smelt it again for 3 energy. That's an interesting combination. Didn't think about that. Go ahead and smelt a imp. I don't want to make a copy of these cards. What I want to do is I actually want to bring up the imp so that I can get the Transcendent next turn. Now that we have the Impish Scholar, we can keep bringing back cards and then smelting them. Being able to bring back, well, I guess it's not a Railforged thing. It's a Hellhorde thing. Yeah, okay. In my head, I was thinking, it's so good to be able to bring back cards. You can go so, it's, Railforged works so well with like the Wurmkin and the Consume clan from the Stygian Guard. As is not how it works. Okay, well, immediately, I think we'll just smelt Ritual of Battle, because I just don't want Ritual of Battle. Although, yeah, get rid of this. We have a Transcendent. We get Ritual of Battle. Okay, fair. We're going to Smith. We're going to bring our Horned Warrior back. We're going to smelt him. And we're just going to keep scaling him forever. You can go out and die, I don't care. Such an interesting little weirdo synergy we have here. Like, armor on a card is renewable by being able to pull it back and replay it. There's Pyre Chomper, so now we have infinite energy. Let's get these imps out on the field as well. And then, I don't need to smelt anything. I feel like I still should. No, let's bonk. So there's forge points, there's forge points, there's forge points. I might as well dump the scrap metal and then replay Ritual of Battle, right? Like, you can take that. Rage. Weird bug that the smelted card changes to another for a moment. Oh, does it? I wasn't even paying attention to that. That is real funny, though. All right, we're gonna smelt this thing, which does allow me to at least dump some more cards. Let's smelt you. I can smelt Glass Cannon, so let's do that. And then I have 4 energies. Let's do this. I might be able to kill you next turn if I get a bonk. Wonder if that happens when using Forge points as username. I don't know. I can bonk him. I do want to bonk him. But first, Transcendent brings back nothing because I don't have anything in my hand. I can quadruple down on Horned Warrior. This is what we've been waiting for. In fact, I'm gonna go hard. It does change. It changed to a Smith. The name of the card changed when I smelted that thing. The Scrap Harvest. That's weird. Okay, you get bonked because you're annoying. Get this, pull you back. We get the Glass Cannon and the Horned Warrior. You can also dupe the Horned Warrior and then dupe the Horned Warrior. That's pretty good. We can forge the Horned Warrior. And then I can play another Horned Warrior. And this one I'm just gonna bring up. Is it gonna kill you? I hope it doesn't. Excellent. Let's get Glass Cannon out. Let's get the other Horned Warrior out. And let's rage. Don't rage, because I don't want to kill the boss. I would like to forge one more time if possible. We need holdover, man. That would be awesome. You know what's interesting is that you actually don't, because it's not like you are awesome wasting forge points if you don't play them on that turn. They roll over turn after turn. So I don't need to bring back Horned Warrior every turn. I just need to forge him when I get the points and the cards in hand. You do, however, want to every turn bring back bursted units. So we do have that one imp that's really damn strong. Where is he? Oh, he's actually here. We want to bring him back every turn, so he gets his burst every turn. That's what you want there. Okay, so we have, these guys are gonna live. It's gonna give damage shield to the boss. I do not care. The boss is actually dead, so anything we can do on this turn, we should do. So what I can do is I can forge this dagger and give it some buffs. That's it. That's all I can do. You know what's also good about this is that the corruption that the boss applies, I can remove it by just bringing the room back. Rage Room. Rage 2 on Strike and Revenge. We don't need it. Impalate. A good spell is nice, but our units are so powerful, we don't need it. Dark Deal, we don't need. This is a skip. And I think we just need Draw, because the synergy is working. It would be nice, admittedly, to get Crucible Stewards out on turn 1, and maybe I'll do that. But if I do that, then I can't put a tank in front of them, because the tank is a salvage machine. But we have a bit of a problem, which is that I don't really have a way of giving people more armor after I play them. It's like, this floor of Crucible Steward Salvage Machine, what is that gonna do on the final boss fight? With Corruption being given every turn, with relatively weak units in front, you know what's gonna have to happen? We're gonna play on the middle, we're going to steal Pulley Claw on the top, and we're just gonna pull the... You can't pull a boss. Well, that's not gonna work. Then I don't know what. I don't know what. I guess we're just gonna use the Horned Warriors to kill the boss. Screw the Crucible Stewards, right? I still think we want Draw. We don't need a Merchant of Steel upgrade. We need a Merchant of Magic, which we're gonna get up here, hopefully. There's money that we can get along with the Celestial Alcove, which is nice, but there's also free removal on the left, and we can deploy... I don't think we need to deploy anything. So it would just be for the removal and heal. I'd rather see what we get in the alcove. I hate this. This is a good event. We can get 25 Pyre health. But this thing, I don't know, when would you ever take Unstable Shard? I realized something the other day. I realized, can we look at the souls here? Is that something that we can see? No. One of the souls buffs units by like +2 attack, +4 health. And I thought that was crap, but then I noticed it said you have to play with the Mushroom clan. So I think that soul buffs each stack of troop. Does this also do that? Like, does each troop stack get 512? I don't think that's the case, but it is phrased similarly. We'll heal a Pyre for 25. At least it's better technically than this, I suppose. +2 attack, armor 3 permanently. Unequipped gain burst. No, we'll take the permanent buff. And there is pretty much nothing that we care for here unless we put something on the Transcend Imp. I mean, I could... Like, technically with Dualism, you can double the armor you get on an Imp, but it does not matter. Large Stone, Endless... Yeah, none of these upgrades actually impact us at all. We just want to remove cards. So I will purge a Steward and... Well, I'll purge another Steward. And you know what? I'll purge another Steward. I'm probably going to go for the cash anyways. And it's a good one to have. Silence, we have to nuke him down, but we'll be able to nuke him down. This guy is a problem with his rage multi-strike. But with like multiple 400 damage, 400 armor Horned Warriors, we might be able to take him out. Especially if we play the Horned Warriors on the middle floor and stack them up there. Oh man, multi-strike and rage 8, which is an extra 16 damage. He goes to 30 times 3, and then he'll go to like 45 times 4 on the top floor. Look, it's gonna suck, but I think we can do it. You know, alternatively, I could just pull him up and then kill the silence unit, but I think I'm just gonna want to Inferno Room. Let's be honest. It's gonna suck though. All right, Iron Tongue does get 4 kills. I think we're gonna put that on him. This is such a good turn 1. I don't know if you notice how good this turn 1 is. Man. When I click on the smelter's ability, it always says on cooldown until I remove my mouse from it and then bring my mouse back to it. It is weird. But we get Pyre Chomper. He's silenced. Fair enough. I didn't think silence would affect summon, because it's on summon, not after summon. But all right, fair enough. Come on. I'll play him on the middle. You get the Iron Tongue. So your sweep is active. You're gonna kill everything in one hit. We're gonna bonk you. We are going to... It's funny because I don't really need to magnetic relay right now. I could give Salvage Machine some forging for armor, permanent armor buffs. But I would rather put that on Iron Tongue, wouldn't I? Because with Iron Tongue, it would get additional armor, but temporarily, not permanently. So I could give that 21 armor. Doesn't seem that important when my whole strategy is Horned Warriors, right? Well, let's get the Imp out. Let's get the Horned Warrior out. Let's forge him. I don't think we need to play Glass Cannon at this point. Return a friendly unit and its attached equipment to your hand. If I do that with Salvage Machine, I can get another Scrap Harvest right now. There you go. That's something. Look at that. So it can reset the cooldown on abilities. Well, we're just gonna Smith. I guess we can give him a little bit of armor, I guess. Imps are just gonna go out to die. We'll just play an Imp. Bit of a weak turn. But we have Transcendent, so the other thing is I could have brought back the Pyre Imp to get more energy, but we don't actually need that. Are we silenced? No, I can play you? Good. Although we want to play Impish Scholar first to bring back cards that we exhaust. So Scholar me? I could also make copies of Transcendent. Oh, wait a minute. Are they cardless copies? because it creates a copy that goes in your hand, meaning when it dies, it also goes back into your hand. Ooh, interesting. I don't think we need that many Transcendents. But there's 4 energy. We're going to scrap this, because we can. Dump an imp. Guess we're not going to play a duplicator. We don't need it. Welcome to Maya, welcome, lurk away. There's my Crucible Steward. I was wondering when you'd show up. So we're gonna pull you up to the top floor. And we're going to make a scrap harvest and scrap it. Although I could scrap this for 1 energy, but I forgot to play my Transcendent, so I'm just gonna do it like this. Because I made a mistake. We're gonna smelt Vengeful Shard. We'll get another imp out, Smith. Glass Cannon is still sticking around, although we could forge it, but I want to forge the Horned Warrior. That's more important. The armor and buff on the equipment would be better later, but right now, if it's a permanent buff, I'd rather it just go to him directly. Just gonna play down there. We're going to smelt garbage. I'm going to... I can bonk 1 unit. If I can bonk 1, I'm gonna bonk you, because why not? He actually lived, that's a surprise. Another day without silence, enemies. That's the point, indeed, indubitably. I can duplicate Horned Warrior on this turn. That's what we're gonna do. So let's get energy. We're going to scrap Ritual. Pull you back in hand, my friend. Going to duplicate you. And do it again. I'm going to get some forge. I'm gonna forge you. I'm going to pull one of the copies up to the top. And might just save this in my deck so I can pull it up later. Or I could just pull it, I could play it, and then he'll be out there doing damage to the boss next turn. Although it is an Inferno room. He'll still do damage. He'll live for a couple of turns. I'll just ascend him next turn, why not? And then the... Right, okay, I didn't waste any. And then the dagger, I'll play it. That'll go on you. You're silenced, I don't care, you're dead. Ashen Rand says, I was finally able to play Stellar Blade demo. I like the combat. I don't know if I also like the game. I don't remember that one. He's gonna get real strong as he moves up, but I'm also quite strong. So we'll probably be okay. We want to transcend him. Killing all of his minions immediately is pretty nice. Unfortunately, I can't actually do any damage because he's killing me in one turn, but that's fine. Let us smelt our ritual, which we do not need. Add scrap metal to hand. Smith, 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 Smith. I'd love to get rid of a Queen's Imp so I could play another Horned Warrior if we get one. I'm also going to bring up this Horned Warrior. If he's not living, let's just bring him up so we can do damage later. Let's bonk. Get some forge. We can. And we actually still have energy for this. All right, we might not be able to forge him one more time, but we'll still be able to forge the glass cannon. I can forge him one more time. It turns out. So we will pull him back. We have a lot to do here. We need to play the Transcendent as well. Did bring back mass production, which is real interesting. We're gonna bonk you. We're gonna dupe the Horned Warrior. I can play them both down here, so why the heck wouldn't I dupe him? I know I could dupe the glass cannon, but here's the thing. Forge, no, don't forge him yet. Smith, smelt a vent. It gave me 0, but that's still fine. We know that now. Forge this man. Give him a glass cannon. He's actually killing the boss. Pull him up. Ah. Raxed overblessed. Oh, thank God, that one horned warrior was a problem. If he was still around, I would not survive this combat. Oh God, what the hell? There's 2 of them now. Sucker. Ooh, another magnetic relay. Railgun. I love guns. I love units. What is this? Hold on, the car collapse. Okay. So magnetic relay permafrosted is nice. Keep bringing back units, keep replaying them. We can get more energy out of a imp, or we could get more Horned Warrior replays for some reason, or more burst imps. Car collapse on holdover, deal damage to enemy units equal to 30 times capacity, reduce capacity by, or 2-1, not by 1. You annihilate a floor of your train to blow up your one floor of your train. That's real interesting. Deal damage to enemy units equal to 30 times. So at 5, the normal capacity, it's 150 damage, and then your train capacity goes to 1. Love that it's holdover. Yeah, the worst upgrade, you can only play it 3 times. That's real funny. I feel like it should be even more than this though. But imagine having this early in your run. That's only 150 damage. I thought Pyre shot was strong. It's really not that strong though. It needs to be like 300 times. I like the theming though of the train car collapses. What would be better though is if it does damage to the floor below it. Railgun. 1 energy, it's not a banner unit. Immobile, burst 1, overdrive. Spend your remaining energy, gain burst for each ember spent. Immobile, cannot be moved. That's real fun. That's an energy payoff if I've ever. Imagine, you know, a max energy run, you have 99 energy, 99 burst. That's a real fun card. I like that it also has large stone. Normally, from the looks of it, it would have 5 HP, 20 damage. It's a very weak thing, but this actually makes it pretty strong. Factorio turret. I love steam-powered turrets. And it's got little robo legs. How is it immobile if it has robo legs? It should be welded into the ground. That's a fun one that I just want, but it's not that good. For us. I don't have the capacity to play it. I could theoretically play it on a floor, but I can't bring it up to the top floor. It gets in the way of imps. It's damage, but I don't need it. I don't need a 55 health minion. Maybe later. Advance. Now this is tempting to maybe keep my units alive. But with 2 magnetic relays, I can bring people back and replay them. So I'm gonna skip this. And again, like once we deal with once we are on the boss fight, which is now, I don't really care about Herzl, the Crucible Stewards. We can just play the Horned Warriors. He's a freaking 200 damage, 300 armor minion. 200 times 4. He can clear the boss by himself. We'll be okay. Heal equal to Pyre cost. -2 in consume. Friendly units gain 3 attack on Slay. Only rares. Rage 3. Reroll. Consume has a chance to discard. Boom Stewards. Ephemeral copy of spells played. So we could make a copy of Magnetic Relay, or Metallurgy, or Mass Production to create more copies of things. Oh my god, yes. That is so funny. I love it. Emote is good fun. Magic Power, we don't really care about. -2 in Consume. We can consume the cards ourselves. This doesn't really matter. Healing Pyre health doesn't really matter, although being able to heal the Pyre on a long fight could be good. You know, put it on Ritual of Battle, you could heal 6 on a turn, if you want. It doesn't seem necessary. I'd rather save my money and do other things with it, so let's reroll. Intrinsic. Now an intrinsic card is tempting, because if we intrinsic Ritual of Battle, turn 1 we can scrap it, but we can already do that. If we intrinsic a Magnetic Relay, then on turn 1 we can bring a card back. But we don't need to do that on turn 1, do we? We could get 2 scrap cards in our hand on turn 1, so that is something. Mud, welcome! How are you doing today? And Spell Chain is fun too, for Magnetic Relay. Bring 2 cards back, which could be 4 cards back in hand. But we don't need Spell Chain as much, because we already can dupe our cards. So let's start with some removal, I think. Dump a bonk. And then we can... I can afford both, if I want. Like a turn 1 Spell Chain Magnetic Relay. Like, why would we do this? We would do this to... bring back the card that smelts and the card that adds stuff to our hand immediately so that we can replay them. Holdover Magnetic Relay Spell Chain might be interesting, because if we had that, then we could reposition our units every floor so the boss could never hit us, but he is going to hit us. But I guess being able to return cards to your hand so you can replay them and get around his annoyance is good. So let's Spell Chain Magnetic Relay. I don't think we need Intrinsic, though. I'll just make Bonk consume. And make that one cheaper, and then we'll dupe. What do we want to dupe? Technically, a Horned Warrior would be a good dupe, but with mass production, and with Magnetic Relay being permafrosted, and with us having 2 of them in the deck, we can make copies of him as we go. We don't need to duplicate him. A duplicate mass production might actually be better, although we can still play this 4 times in a turn, plus more after we get our imps out. No. There's got to be something better to duplicate. Something a little bit more important. The problem is we're going to lose units with the corruption unless we bring them back into our hand. The smelt ability is nice. I don't want to lose these units. We could give them armor from equipment, which makes me kind of want to duplicate a dagger. If I can put the dagger on them, then I can keep them alive. They'll take a little bit of corruption damage, but I can get them replayed after a while. I see caw, I must caw. Caw around and caw out. Yeah, I kind of like that. Because I really want these guys to live. Their smelting ability is really important. So let's duplicate the dagger. Corruption 4 every turn. Sucks. But that's why we have the daggers. With their 40 armor, which we can increase if we want. I think we want Inferno Room. I think we'll start there. I think we'll be fine. He only hits for 20. That's not that bad. Okay. We're gonna dupe Horned Warrior. We don't need to dupe him 4 times. 2 magnetic relays is nice because I can move my units around. We also have an imp. With an imp, I can... I'm gonna play it here. With an imp, I can duplicate him and get way more energy in the deck, which is tempting. And then I don't need the smelt ability as much if I have endless, infinite energy imps. We're gonna copy. We need to copy Horned Warrior. I could just make 5 Horned Warriors and just throw them down on every single floor, doing 1,000 damage every single turn to Seraph. Just go full hard-on Horned Warrior play. Dude, why not? Like, just get him out. And then I don't even have any way of forging. So I guess we just won't worry about that on this turn. We'll play Horned Warrior. And then 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 we can play an Imp. And then I really want to get more energy. So let's get more energy. Play a Ritual. Glass Cannon, Armor 42. I mean, that'll keep him alive for a long time. Corruption just does damage, right? Yeah. You know what? Go ahead. Take a Glass Cannon. All right, end turn. I bet I squished him. Turning mass production into economies of scale. We have a wonderful economy right here. So we have the magnetic relay in hand. I want to smelt this. Ah, it was the first card we played, it got doubled. That's probably still fine though. Hold on. Gotta remember the emote. So do we want to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to play an imp. Which will add it added mass production to my hand. Okay. We're gonna smelt scrap metal, we need energy. What a funny turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna... I wish there was an indicator for which one was the real one, because that is the one that I can bring back and continue to buff. If we still had an official representative from Shiny Shoe in chat, I'd be like, hey, can I get this as a feature, please? It's actually important. How do we... We don't have to play Magnetic Relay, but I want to get the salvage machine his health back. I think this is the real one. I think it was, because it costs 1. So then we can bring you back and replay you. And then we can actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, add scrap metal and then scrap it. So we get more energy. So we can dump this. We can mass production the Horned Warrior and keep adding more of them to the deck. Replay the 1 cost in the back. We can bring Impish Scholar back, so we get another card back in our hand, which is another mass production. I can go infinite off of this, can't I? Can't I? I can play an infinite number of cards. Because I can pull an imp back into my hand, copy him, get my consumed cards back from the discard pile. If I had anything that could give me energy, I could play an infinite amount of cards on this turn, I think. This would have to consume. It doesn't consume, so that wouldn't work. But I guess I can like dupe a Horned Warrior and then dupe another Horned Warrior and just have them in my deck, I suppose. And dude, I don't know. Reset your corruption, you know, that's fine. This has been a weird turn. And he says it's been years since I played Helldivers. Maybe one of these days. Yeah, I stopped playing Helldivers. It's a good game, but it kind of ran its course for me. So we have a dagger. I guess I could forge it. I don't really have a good card to play on this turn. We can save energy or save damage. We can forge a quick dagger. It's a decent amount of damage. Get some smith points. The bosses are going to be taking a lot of damage. Oh, here's my infinite energy play. Brought back mass production. I don't have anything to dupe. Well, that's not true. I have the steel dagger to dupe. I guess we'll forge it, but let's copy it a bunch of times first. And we'll make sure to forge the real one. And then we have extras, so I'll just play one. I'll play one. You get a dagger, and you get a dagger, and everyone gets a dagger. Nah, don't play that one down there. It's a silly move. Too much democracy for Abe. Helldivers, it got unfun with a couple of those updates that they did. that just kind of like sucked the life out of the game, and I was like, I think I'm good. It's like, I don't need this. Oh, hey, mass production. Good to see you. How you doing? Oh, I should have metallurgied that one. I guess we can keep producing more Horned Warriors. No reason not to, right? Oh, my Horned Warriors are dying? Here, have another Horned Warrior. I guess I can play that. Smith. I have the energy, might as well rage, vent. We're doing 1,000 damage. My deck is getting filled up with Horned Warriors. Got 2 in my draw pile, 1 in my hand, and 3 in my discard pile. Ashen Rand says a PvE game should never be nerfed. It's not about nerfing. I don't really think it got nerfed while I was playing Helldivers. It's just unfun things were added. And the game was too jank to really feel fun. And in particular, with the Illuminant were just boring to fight. And then they added in a whole bunch of Terminid enemies that just made you ragdoll and then die. And it wasn't engaging. What I did like is I liked the update where they had the like predator strain of invisible Terminids. Like that was fun because that's engaging. But a bunch of like tentacles coming up out of the ground making you fall, and then you fall and then you die because the physics engine thinks that you touching the ground should blow your arms and legs off. That's a little less interesting to me. That one I can, in terms of taking it and leaving it, I can leave it. All right, let's get this stuff done. I didn't mean to double up on Bonk, and yet here we are. Let's consume cards. I do want to bring back my good man, whom I can forge, and we're going to forge him one more time. Actually, we can do a little bit more too. I can dupe both of these units. Oh, but I can't place them anywhere. All right, well in that case. I mean, it's a weird combo that we can sometimes create. And then I'm just gonna forge him out. And I'll give you a dagger. And I will end my turn, because he's dead. Stop, he's already dead. Got a lot of power creep issues. Some of the things that they added were fun. I never felt power creeping out of it. But some of the design that they updated the game with just wasn't fun. Clash with the Titans. Well, our Pyre is going to take a lot of damage. The enemies are going to get nuked. The Pyre is going to take some damage, though. Now, do we still want Inferno Room? I guess our Horned Warriors, they live. They have 400 armor. 50 damage per turn is not that much. I think we'll keep the Inferno Room. We're gonna have the same problems as last time with corruption, but with what we can do, it's not gonna be a problem. You might hit the Pyre once. Get over yourself. Are you a boss? You are a boss. I want to hoist him. Hoist him out of the Pyre room. We have armor. We've got another steward that we need to play. So let's smelt the scrap metal. We can do this because I'm just going to play this guy and bring him up. Armor on you is nice because I have no way of actually replaying you right now. So let's give you the dagger. I can forge it real quick for some more armor. So real quick, let us... We're gonna hold off on smelting. We're gonna play it like this. There, 115 armor is pretty okay. We take 1 damage, we take 3 damage, we take another 5. I just have to wait for my Horned Warrior to come back around. I could have played him on turn 1, but I didn't want to. I wanted to get the setup of being able to manipulate my deck, basically. We want to save Magnetic Relay. Even though I could play it and get cards back in my hand, we should save it. I'm okay sapping. And I'm okay smelting this. And I should probably double down on Pyre Light. Try to kill Dominion as quickly as possible. We are going to be taking damage. I think that's fine. End turn. Our deck is a little thicker than I would like. We just have to draw some things, some important things. We did draw really, really important things. Excellent. So we play Pyre Chomper. We're going to should I duplicate Pyre? Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards in hand? Yeah, I'd have 9 cards in hand. I couldn't duplicate Pyre Chomper. I'd have to play something else first, but the only thing I could play first would be Iron Tongue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd have 8 cards in hand. This would add 2 cards to my hand. We'd have 10. Then I could play 2 Pyre Chompers and still duplicate Horned Warrior a bunch. Actually, that would work. That would work. Because I want to get Endless Imp giving me 2 hits of energy, if I can. And I think I can. Iron Tongue. Mass Production Pyre Chomper. And then Pyre Chomper, Pyre Chomper. And then we can transcend him. Now we have 14 energy. Then we're going to begin mass producing my Horned Warriors. Why are you taking damage from this? Oh, right, my etching. Good point. Play a Pyre Light. I have many Horned Warriors. I will put this one up here. He's the real one. And you go there. And you go there. And you go there. We're doing 2,000 damage to the big boss, 1,200 to Savagery. Dominion is getting hit, and we can replay the spell card multiple times every turn if we want. This is, you know, our Pyre's gonna have to tank. The fight's not gonna last that long. I'll smelt. I will add a card to my hand. I will smelt it. Let's get some consume cards back in hand. Oh, look at that. Mass production. I can mass produce an imp if I wanted to. Let's double down on Pyre Light. Let's also... I mean, I don't need to pull up another Horned Warrior. I just need to wait long enough for this guy to die at this point. So, let us put... What do we need? I don't know what we need. You want to dupe a Transcendent, get 2 every turn? That might be too much. Is it? I could dupe Crucible Stewards and get a whole bunch of them every turn, but... I could. You get out of here. I must have already duplicated one of my spells, but that's fine. This is gonna be weird. It's not the one I wanted. That's also not the card I wanted. Get out of here. What was the X card payoff? Oh, right, the turret. The turret would have been real nice here, actually. We could dump 24 energy into the turret and just have that thing shine. I mean, I'm just gonna smelt, because I don't think I need a vent. All right, fine, I'll play Rage. I have no more room for imps. Capacity is a weird problem to have here, but it is a problem. It would insta-kill a Titan with that much energy. Well, if I had 100 energy, it's only doing 3,000 damage. So technically it could. Dominion is the one that I'm having a problem with, though. Oh look, double Pyre Light. Currently taking 15 damage. I guess I'm just gonna sat myself. Turn equipment to your hand and mass produce. I'm gonna make you come in my hand. I'm gonna make a copy of you. I'm gonna make another copy of you. I'm gonna pull you up. Actually, I can't pull him up. He's gotta stay here. But I can smelt another imp. I like that my bottom floor is totally fine. It's just filled with Horned Warriors and everything's okay. What do I do here? Oh, I can pull you up, which means I can play another one of you. That works. And I love that these Horned Warriors can survive the Inferno Room. This would make for a good Inferno Room challenge, wouldn't it? Are you dead yet? You're dead. All right, perfect. Can I bonk you? No, that's not gonna happen. Well, let's, I don't have the energy! It's okay, I can resolve this. Smith. I should have doubled down on the Impish Scholar. I thought about it, but I decided against it. But then I could actually get multiple consume cards back every turn, which would be nice to have. It's gonna... Game is lagging when I'm playing cards. All right, let's end turn. All right, that's a good run. Railforged, I'm enjoying you. You're a very interesting clan. The permanent scaling is very interesting, and I like it. I like it a lot. Because it's not a huge debuff early, it feels. But having that permanent scaling progression is really nice. I kind of wish that more of the units had the opportunity to be deployable, because I would love to get turrets out immediately, I think. Attacks immediately when an enemy moves. Okay, so this is inscription. This is the inscription turrets. I like it. Attacks when an enemy moves. Theoretically, that means onto the floor that the turret is on. You can put it down on a floor, and it pre-hits all of the enemies, potentially killing them. I like that idea. The Pyre gains burst 4, pressurized boiler. That's a really good relic. That is a really good relic. There are some runs where you're really good on Relentless because you have an infinite number of turns to kill the boss, but waves trickle through a little bit. Having the ability to nuke down an enemy that hits your Pyre by just giving your Pyre like plus 400 damage, which is what this is later in the run, that's amazing. An enemy with 400 health, if they somehow manage to sneak through, like you don't get your deck online in time, they're not going to hit your Pyre for 50 damage. They're going to hit it once and then get crushed. And then, if it takes 3 attacks to kill that enemy, you have 3 attacks for the future turn. This is a really good relic. I like that burst mechanic. And we have the new champion unlocked, Hef. You unlock the alternate champion for this clan. Let's go. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Pyre Steward, Pyre Repair. I can read it. Spend your remaining energy, restore health to the Pyre equal to energy spent, cooldown 2. Weird that there is a card that heals the Pyre, because I don't think any other card like this exists in the game, minus the dog. There are meta cards that you can get, like anything that gives you money when you attack, Avarice, Dragon Eggs, but this is an interesting one that we haven't seen before. Just, it's nice. It's nice if you have an energy build, or if you just want to heal your Pyre a few points every battle. That can add up. When you play a room card, apply +1 capacity on the floor. Carriage Jack. What does this say? Does it say like something backwards or what on the text? This is an interesting relic because it actually incentivizes you to play multiple rooms on the same floor. You can overwrite the room cards with more room cards and keep adding capacity. So something like Hall of Mirrors, -2 capacity is only -1 here, and then you can get the capacity back by playing another room card on the floor. Or if you play the relic that plays room cards on every floor, then you can get +1 capacity on every floor by making a room card deployable. That's nice. Imagine that with the floor nuke. Well, for the floor nuke card username, imagine that with Bogworm's Growth on the Pyre Heart. Permanent capacity gain every combat. You could have a train with 10 capacity on it to start with. There's some interesting things there. New personal record, Fragile, applied. Hell yeah. All right. I like it. I like it. New things to look at, new things to be interested in. I wonder what Hef's abilities are. We'll have to take a look at those next time. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train 2.